and welcome to CNN Central Nile News. Breaking news for this afternoon. The Nile River in Egypt has had a record low flood this year, which has devastated the farmers' crops in Lower Nile. Here is Lower Egypt, and you can see how terrible the drought is. This happened when there's a drought in Lake Victoria, and much less water was in the Nile. This will most likely lead to a smaller harvest because of the smaller amount of silt in the fields. This would be devastating because Egypt is at war with Nubia, and with a smaller amount of food, it might cost them the war. On the other side, many prisoners have been captured and been sent to Lower Egypt to help with the drought. They can also carry water, so hopefully they can get enough water to save the crops. Egyptians have also invented a new way to move water that is faster and easier. Well, hopefully Lower Egypt will pull through this terrible drought with the extra slaves and better water methods. Well, that's all for today. Stay tuned for more. Welcome to CNN Central Nile News. Here in Egypt, the Pharaoh has called all the farmers to build a new temple for the god Thoth. Now let's go to Emre at the site of the new temple.
Thank you very much, Paul. I'm at the scene and it looks like the farmers have already started the build. I'm here with a farmer working here. How do you feel about this build?
I think we should get back to work on our tools for the planting season.
Doesn't this give you something to do?
Yes, but if we don't fix our tools or feed our animals, we will have a much harder time planting.
Oh, that makes sense. Why do you think the Pharaoh called all the farmers here?
Maybe he thinks that Egypt needs another temple to Thoth.
Back to you, Paul.
Thank you, Emre. This concludes our Nile report. See you in 4 months for the planting season.
Welcome to CNN Central Nile News. I'm your news anchor, Emre. It is early May in Egypt and the planting season has already begun. This means that seed stores have reopened to sell seeds. Let's go to our reporter, Kyle, who's in Egypt right now.
Thank you, Emre. I'm currently in the city of Thebes in front of the only seed store reopening. The seeds that are being sold are seeds of crops such as wheat, barley, and vegetables. They're also buying fruit tree seeds like melons, pomegranates, and figs. However, there's only one store because there's a shortage of seeds because of last year's bad harvest, and there isn't enough to grow enough to feed the entire city this year. Luckily, Thebes plans on trading with the city of Memphis for more seeds, and in return, Thebes will give 10% of the resulting harvest if it's a very great harvest, and that seems fair. Well, I guess that sums up the story here. Back to you, Emre.
Thank you very much, Kyle. Well, it seems like it's going to be a good planting season this year. I am news anchor Emery Gomez signing off on CNN Central Nile News.
Welcome to CNN Central Nile News. Today we have seen a significant amount of people going out to harvest. Everybody is out there so they can finally harvest food. More later with Jackson, our reporter on the scene.
Thank you, Kyle. We're all the way out here near the Nile right now, and as you can see, everybody's out there harvesting. Whenever I knock on a door, most likely nobody is there. Everybody's excited to finally have a good food supply once again, so they have everybody out there to work, or else they'll go deeper into their famine. The locals are all very excited to finally have food again. Since the last harvest, they were all working very hard, but it is all worth it. Once again, the harvested food is cut, tied up into bundles, and then put into a chariot to carry the bundles to storage. With the grain they make out of these materials that are not just food like cloth and mats. Now back to our anchor.
Thank you, Jackson. As you all can see, the harvesting season is very important for the Egyptian survival. Egypt mostly depends on the resources given by the flooding season to farm and to make food. This has been it for today's CNN News broadcast.
Welcome to another broadcast of CNN Central Nile News. A breaking story for this afternoon. It appears that something in the crops is killing the crops and making people very sick and is very contagious. Ever since harvesting season, known as Shamu, has started in Egypt, a very contagious virus has infected most of the crops and people.
Let's go on to an eyewitness.
I was with my friend who is a farmer, and he was harvesting his crops when he saw more than half his crops were dead. The crops then let out a virus, and now he is very ill, and the virus is spreading all over Egypt. We need help right now. More and more people become sick every day. We need help immediately before it makes us all ill. Help!
Good afternoon and welcome to another broadcast of Central Nile News. Today we have some unbelievable news for you all. Lots of farmers have been reporting that there aren't enough useful tools. Most complaints are based on the fact that not enough tools are being made, so farmers can't get enough harvesting done. So crops are dying. The Egyptians were commanded to create a new hardware store for a large selection of tools that anyone could buy. This hardware store is right next to the Nile River. The name is the Nile Depot. Now let's visit Kyle, who is at the Nile Depot.
Good afternoon, I'm Kyle, and I'm here to tell you all more information about this new hardware store. Nile Depot sells more compound tools than simple tools, and this is because their selection of tools they are selling are not only useful to harvest crops, but it also allows farmers to get their work done faster. Stores will soon be worldwide, so any farmer can get useful tools anywhere in the world.
Thanks, Kyle. For more information about Nile Depot, we will see you next year when the flooding season begins.